Namaste, greetings to all, and welcome to another episode of One Way of Thinking About It. One Way of Thinking About It is a Q&A platform where we answer questions from individuals around the world. We take about 10 minutes to deep dive into each question from the deepest understanding that we have in this present moment. So with the foundation laid, let's get into it. Our question today comes in from Southern Cali, SoCal in the building, Southern Cali checking in. Appreciate you, welcome. So our question reads, how can one trust most things that are told to us by external sources? For example, like the Earth was flat, Pluto was a planet, and what is really in the core of our planet? This is a great question. I love it because this allows us to open the door and start to talk a little bit about the intellect. The equipment that is unknown to most human beings in humanity. Everyone speaks of mind, body, soul, but we have this third piece of equipment of the physical body, and that is called the intellect. This is what governs the mind and helps to control the body. So there is a quote from the Gautam, the Buddha, that helps to explain this or open up this question better than I could ever say anything. So Lord Buddha spoke this 2,500 years ago. So the quote reads, "Do not believe what you have heard. Do not believe in tradition because it has been handed down many generations. Do not believe in anything that has been spoken of many times. Do not believe because the writings, statements come from old sages. Do not believe in conjure. Do not believe in authority or teachers or elders. But after careful observation and analysis, when it agrees with reason and it will benefit one and all, then accept it and live by it." Powerful, powerful words. Powerful words. When I read that a couple of weeks ago, I had to take a picture of it, write it down. Anything in our life that matters to us, that really affects our life, we should be questioning. From our thoughts, from our words, to our actions. We should be questioning why we are thinking, why we are saying, why we are doing the things we're doing. On top of this, anything that externally that matters to us, friends, family, religion, your churches, wherever you go to, whatever you believe in spiritually, your spiritual teachers, your spiritual masters, gurus, your job, any aspect of our life that affects our life, you should be questioning and not believing what is told to you. So in this quote, I want to look up the word that stuck out to me the most was conjure. So conjure means an opinion or collusion or an opinion or collusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. So an opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. This is powerful because most of the information we know, we think we know, we believe in, we have built our life around, based all of our opinions and things that we speak about and how we live are based on incomplete information. You have to reflect upon this and build upon this on the things that you know and really think, is it complete? Is it absolute? There's not too many things that we know of that is absolute, that is complete. And that's where man, as we speak, and I'll speak for myself in this one, when I in the introduction, when I say that we are answering these questions from the deepest understanding in this present moment, because I have grown to understand that man is a paradox, man is contradictory. Something that you say today, you may contradict tomorrow, because we are always evolving and becoming something greater than ourselves. We should be becoming greater, but you can devolve also. You can evolve and you can devolve. So it can go either way. However, on the evolving, something that you spoke about 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 months ago, you can contradict in today, in the present moment, because you have gained new knowledge, you have gained new understanding, you have seen it from a different level, and come to realize that what you spoke about doesn't hold up. It was incomplete. So when external sources speak to us about space, speak to us about the core, speak to us about all these different things, most of them are incomplete. Most of them are incomplete because these things are still evolving. Science is great because science gets to the absolute of things, but until it gets to that absolute, this is what it is, it's incomplete. And even in science, when you're looking at this ever expanding universe that we live in too, they speak in a relative absolute as far as what they know up until now, with the technology they have, with the equipment they have. This is our basis that we can say this is factual, or this is absolute, or this is what this is. And that goes with the example of, Pluto was a planet. Pluto was a planet until technology got bigger, until they looked deeper, and then they realized, not so much. It's not really a planet. So even in science, it can be a relative absolute. It could be a relative truth. So up until this moment, it could be truth, but you have to always leave open the door, leave open your mind, leave open your intellect, leave open your being to the impossible, the unexpected, the unknown, because this is what our world is made out of. 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago, people couldn't fathom the things that we have today, but they are here. Science could not prove the things that they are proving now. So in that, we have to stay open, and the biggest thing is to use the intellect to question, to judge, to analyze, and see what holds up to reason and logic. If it holds up to reason and logic, then just like the Buddha said, then accept it and live by it. But until then, question and leave the door open for new information. As we take in external information from external sources, we have to leave open that variance until we've run it through the intellect, to see if it holds up to reason and logic. Two, is this true? Is this factual? Does this hold up for me? And if it doesn't, leave the door open. If it does, as the great Buddha said, then accept it and live by it. This is one way of thinking about it. Thank you for joining me for this session. Such a great question. Glad we got to introduce the intellect. Until the next time, and if you have any clarifications, any additional questions, please leave them in the comments. Until the next time, much love, health, peace, and prosperity to all. Namaste.